welcome to a big single turbo Focus RS. Did you know that Ford Performance offered its own drift e-brake for the Focus RS? Yeah, me neither. That was sick. This is owned by my buddy Gabe, and he was nice enough to let me drive his Focus RS. He's the first one I've ever seen to actually have the option, which is really neat. It also doesn't have coilovers. It has Eibach lowering springs. And the Focus RS, in my opinion, was going to be kind of the magnus opus of Ford's hot hatches here in America. And unfortunately, they had one big fat issue, and that is one batch of them, unfortunately, at the factory put on the wrong head gasket. Now, I'm kind of easy on Ford for this recall because I don't really blame the workers that much, because the 2.3 EcoBoost Mustang engine and the 2.3 EcoBoost Focus RS engine are very similar. And I guess if you're a factory worker and you picked up the shipment of EcoBoost Mustang head gaskets, to the human eye, it would be pretty tough to tell. But if you were patient, you could bring the car back and they would fix it for free. But that gave it a really weird reputation. Every Focus RS that I have driven, I have beat the absolute snot out of, and I didn't have any problems. Oh my God, that was way too close. That truck could have freaking sneezed on me. The gearbox also feels really good. The 2.3 EcoBoost is a very efficient engine, and it really kicks into the power quickly. Now with this precision turbo, there's a little bit of lag, but a lot more peak power. We're talking 410 all-wheel horsepower in this tiny little hot hatch. Also, this is in the beautiful nitrous blue. It has a gorgeous grabber blue base coat with a bunch of flakes in it, and it's actually the color that I repainted my 2013 Mustang in. I always loved the wing on the back with the RS logo. I just thought it was a good looking hot hatch. He also has the transparent taillights, which honestly I usually am not a fan of, like an Altezza set taillights, but on this I think it works with the contrast of the black housings and the blue exterior. I think it works. But one really big thing about this car is his blow-off valve. So he goes to CPE and goes, hey, I really want this Subaru Greddy blow-off valve for my Focus RS. So they had him make the kit, and now this is a one-of-one blow-off valve in the world on a Focus RS, and it sounds really gnarly. And it's also got a frequency intelligent exhaust. That means that it's valved. You can actually close the valves and go into a quiet mode with a button down near my leg. And the turbo is actually a precision 64mm turbo. It's rear mount, so when you open the hood, you can't see it. Also, the Focus RS has a big fat plastic cover over the engine, so you can't really see what's really there unless you take the oil cap off and pull the cover off. So it's very hard to get to, but at the same time, I guess it's a little bit of a sleeper mode. Now this does run on an E30 mix, so by doing that, you can pull a lot more timing and things of that nature to get that 410 wheel horsepower. Oh, pops, okay. And it's also got a turbo smart wastegate, so all the sounds. Evo vibes right there. Got a little bit of crab walking. Whoa, big bumps. And that peak power smacks you in the face, man. The pops on this are not overly obnoxious. It's like a nice ba-ba after every shift. I don't really like the crackle tunes that go on for like 10 seconds. Not a fan. Oh yeah. gives that fast Evo vibe, like I said. You get a little bit of darting in the divots in the road a little bit, and at the same time, it's exciting. It's an exciting car to drive. First time really trying in a Focus RS with the 4 Performance e-brake. So here's the thing, all-wheel drive is weird. I've never slid all-wheel drive, and it pushes you. It pushes you way wide, and you're like, oh, I gotta put my foot down now. And I've drifted a million times in rear-wheel drive. It's a completely different driver technique. So before something bad happens, I'm gonna stop right now. So we're good, but thanks for letting me try it. It was awesome. It just, even if you're just like barely in it. This is what I imagined the Focus RS to be from the factory, but maybe a little faster. I really wanted the Focus RS to feel like this, right? I imagined an all-wheel drive American-based hot hatch to be aggressive with a ton of torque. But here's the thing, the Focus and Fiesta ST are honestly really great cars, but I think the RS really captured a lot of people's imagination because it was all-wheel drive. That was like the missing thing that people wanted. And then when Ford said they had a drift mode where you could send the power to the back, that was like game over. This car, almost before it came out, had this rumor of people giving up their Subarus and their freaking Evos for a Ford. And that was pretty much unheard of at the time. Also, this car in a straight line, I think people expected it to be faster. I think they just had the wrong expectation. I very much think that the GR Corolla is like the spiritual successor to this. And I think the GR Corolla might have taken notes because it feels like this in a lot of ways when it's stock for stock. It's fun, it has character, it looks good. Now the interior, not as good as the other hot hatches, right? Like, this thing was also going up against the Civic Type R and also the Golf R. So people kind of would look at the interior and go, oh, I want everything in leather. I want everything to be really nice. And this car also got kind of priced out of existence as well. This was one of the first cars, in my opinion, where we started seeing those notorious, crazy dealer markups. People would buy these for like $60,000, and it's not a $60,000 car. The car was originally supposed to be in the 30s, and I think that was a fair price. And a lot of people didn't like these Recaros because they had to be broken in, and if you were a bigger guy, it wasn't as appealing because they felt stuffed, like they felt stuffed in the seat. For me, I'm skinny, so it doesn't matter. Also, when he drives through like a more track day, or for me today, he gutted the entire rear end with the roll cage, but he can quickly put everything back in, and he has a giant subsystem that he can hide all the wiring, and it looks very OEM plus. The 2.3 EcoBoost platform has really proven itself. We all know that the 3.5 is really good, but the 2.3, a lot of people have really figured these out, but it took a lot of people blowing them up to figure it out. So I think 410 E30 mix, that seems to be the sweet spot. The brakes also squeak because he has really aggressive pads on it, but hey, more stopping power I think is better. Big turbocharged, 400 wheel horsepower Focus RS. What'd I think of it? I really got to open this one up, and it really opened my eyes to how fun this platform was. I felt very confident going around corners, exiting corners, and when I was in it, it gave me that a little bit of fear factor I was looking for in the Focus RS. I like when cars like barely scare me, because that's not smart, but that's how it goes. And on that note, what did you guys think about this car? Put it down in the comment section below. And along with that, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.